Okay, you can see orbs teleporting over that dish. You can see that half of it is activated and the other half is not. And if it were a sun reflection, the whole thing would be glowing. It's all the same dish, and the sun is right above, right overhead. So you can see the red line around the active part where the orbs are active. Okay, that's like a heat zone signature, and you can tell that that's glowing. Okay, and just below where the part is glowing, it's the same dish, and the sun is straight overhead, and that part is not glowing. And the entire thing is painted with non-sun reflective paint. It's a microwave dish antenna. So these are definitely orbs on top of the dish, and half of them are active and the rest are not active. The active part is the part that's glowing, and the part that's not glowing is not active, at least not as active as the upper part at the top of the dish. You could definitely see orbs teleport over that top area there. On the top left side of the dish, you can see the orbs just shooting one after the other right down the dish. Okay, they can make all the fog they want to, but they can't hide the fact that they gotta glow when they're active. And I don't care what kind of a fog they create, I'm still gonna get them on camera and show them. And these are alien organisms, very intelligent alien organisms, intelligent enough to hide from everyone forever, and intelligent enough to create a fog locally on a bright and sunny day where there's no reason for any fog whatsoever. And I'm only a couple of kilometers from there. If there was fog there, I should be all in fog myself, but there's no fog where I am. As you can see, I'm just gonna let it run, and you're gonna watch those orbs teleport across that dish. I'm not gonna zoom any closer so you can, so people can say that it's pixelation or this or that. And this is not pixelation. This is the fog they've created, and the fog is I don't know how many zillions of organisms in the air, and they're acting as a screen, basically. They're screening the camera so that they can't get a clear shot. So in reality, that's what's happening, because these are intelligent organisms, and they're not from Earth, and there's a lot of them on Earth, but they're not from Earth, and they're intelligent enough to make everybody believe that they're not even here. But you know, they're here, and they're on camera, and not just one camera, but a whole bunch of cameras. They always show up. So if it was a sun reflection, the bottom of that dish would reflect the sun too, because the sun is straight overhead. It's the middle of the day, and there's no way that half a dish would reflect the sun and the other half would not. And that red glow all around is the heat they're creating by being active. and the heat is showing a signature. It's red. Okay, the white part that's glowing, that's white hot. That's the signature of that. It's white hot. And you can see the orbs just shooting one by one. Steady stream. This goes on 24/7. For the last 4 years this has gone on 24/7. And if we don't wake up soon, there's going to be so many of these, that fog's going to be all over this planet, and we won't be able to see anything or anyone, let alone the orbs. It's amazing how the picture's moving, but the camera's on a stand and bolted down, and nothing's moving. I'm watching the camera. I thought it was the camera moving. I didn't have it tight enough. The camera is not moving, yet the picture seems to be moving. And what's happening is all the organisms in the air, look at that, they're causing a sun deflection or a light deflection, so that it's almost like looking through water at that thing. And it's just going to get more and more blurry because they know that they're being filmed on camera, and the whole thing's going to just blur out, and pretty soon you won't see the dish at all. If I stayed here long enough, the fog would cover the dish altogether and there would be no dish there. That's how bad it gets. You notice now that the tip is not as active, and neither is the bottom part. Only in the middle there, near the top. Okay, so they're changing the configuration of that cluster. That's a large cluster that's active, and it's right on the dish. So the cluster has changed its configuration in order to attempt to hide the orbs which were teleporting. So now it looks just like a large mass, and no orbs teleporting because they're in a fog. Okay, and what's happened in reality is that more organisms have come into the area to hide the fact that the orbs are there, and so that I can't film them. And that's really what's happening. So they have some unique technology that can do all of this. And these things are also interdimensional, not just from someplace out elsewhere in space. They're interdimensional because they move at a high frequency vibration and high energy and a high velocity rate. And that's how they are. I don't know if it's a natural thing or if that's just technology, but either way it doesn't really matter, because look at that heat signature there, the glowing white part and red around it. Okay, those are heat signatures. And you can see that the cluster is changing shape, only to hide the fact that the orbs are teleporting right there along the edge from the tip down on the top. That takes a lot of energy for them to stop me from filming, by the way. You know, I'm glad, because I want him to waste it, because they steal enough of it as it is from all the power cables and everything else. They steal enough energy. So I wanted to waste a little. Okay, you see the fog got thicker? Watch, pretty soon the dish will disappear altogether. Just watch that fog build up. The dish will just vanish. And all you're going to see is that white glow for a while, and then that'll vanish as well, because they're going to tone down the activity level and the energy level, and it'll just fade away. There'll be no dish or the white part either. The sun is still straight overhead. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful day. So that's an Orb cluster on a microwave dish antenna. That's a 300-foot microwave dish antenna, which is painted with non-sunlight reflective paint. It's painted like a Navy ship. And that cluster has just created a whole lot of fog that the dish has become invisible. A 300-foot dish, not that far away from it, it has become invisible because there are so many organisms that have come into the area to hide the fact that those orbs are teleporting over the dish, that they've created a huge fog with just their body mass, because they're transparent, but milky transparent, and therefore they block the image when the camera tries to take the video. Okay, as you can see, the fog is just thicker and thicker and thicker. And like I said, if I was to wait here for another half hour or an hour, you wouldn't see the dish at all. I've done that before. I just let the camera run and you just don't see the dish at all. I mean, I can see it with my naked eye better than what I can see it on the camera. And it's not the camera. It's them. They just don't like anyone looking very closely at them, like I do. And that's the whole reason why they make all that fog. Well, my battery's going to run out, so I'm just going to stop. See, there's nothing on the bottom of the dish, nothing on the top. There's that part in the middle, and look how it glows. And we've created so much fog you can hardly see it. And look at the size of that dish. Look at the size of it. It's on a 20-story building, on top of a 20-story building. Thanks for viewing.